Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the 2022 Prix de West Purchase Award presentation. Please welcome the President and CEO of the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, Natalie Shirley.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 50th Prix de West. It is wonderful to have so many of you here with us this weekend to appreciate the artistic expression of Western cultures and lifestyles by the most talented contemporary Western artists working today. Prix de West is the largest annual fundraiser for the museum, and we are honored to have this exhibition and sale. Whether this is your first time attending or you are a returning guest, we truly appreciate your support. Many of you have joined us for our art seminars and reception, and throughout the weekend, you've had the opportunity to enjoy a variety of art in this year's show. But the fun's not going to stop with this year. Just to foreshadow one of the amazing things on tap for next year will be Randall Dutra presenting From Jurassic Park to the Prix de West, an artist's journey of discovery at the 2023 seminars. For many years, Randy has moderated our seminar panels, and we learn so much about the artists that he interviews, yet we don't know anything about Randall. So I'm looking to 2023 already. This afternoon, we are delighted to announce our Prix de West Purchase Award winner. And tonight, we will present several artists with our other distinguished awards. Each year, we provide cash awards and special medallions to artists who have excelled in several categories. These awards are sponsored by donors who recognize the value of encouraging artists to realize their creative potential. Now, please welcome Prix de West Committee Chairman, Dan Karazi.
Thank you, Natalie. And as Natalie said, great to see so many people here, and thank you for enduring all the travails that we go through to get here, especially the way the world is. Before I get into my portion of the program, I want to give a shout out to our marketing department here at the museum. I don't know how many of you had a chance when you receive your bags to look at this year's catalog, which is significantly different than all the other years. It's a hardbound catalog, and there is a history of the Prix de West, history of Nawa. There's expanded sections on each of the artists, and in most cases, all of the works that are in the show for the artists are in the book, unless, of course, artists didn't get their photos here on time. And that rarely happens. But anyway, if you haven't had a chance to look at it, at some point when you go home, please take time to look at it. It is an exceptional collector's item, and I'm sure you'd want to keep it on your coffee table. So thank you to the marketing department. And now, I would like to acknowledge a number of individuals from different parts of the Western art world who are joining us today. First, we have, and I'm assuming Seth is here, Seth Hopkins from the Booth Museum. I know he's been here this week, and I'm not sure if he's in the room. Thank you, Seth. Jim Ray from the Autry Museum. Is Jim here? I know I saw him this morning. Anyway, well, welcome, Jim. Next, Michael Duchemin from the Briscoe Museum. May not be here. And from the media, we have Andy Crane, owner and publisher of Art of the West. And from Western Art and Architecture, we have Jared Swanson, owner, and we have Tim Newton, publisher. And from Western art collector, we have Michael Clausen, executive editor. All of these magazines do a great job keeping all of us collectors up to date on the latest happenings in the Western fine art world. And I think we all owe them a tremendous round of applause for what they do to promote Western art. Also, on behalf of the Prix de West and our Prix de West artists, I would like to especially thank Michael Clausen and Western Art Collector magazine for the expansive coverage that they gave to our 50th Prix de West show in their June issue. First of all, with the article that was titled History and Honor, that looks back at the last 49 Purchase Award winners. If you haven't had a chance to look at that, it's very informative and very interesting. And secondly, with the article titled Golden Jubilee, that highlights this year's very, very special 50th Prix de West show. Thank you, Western Art Collector. And now, back to the order of business. Each year, the Prix de West Committee, which, if you don't know, is made up of 11 museum board members. If you're on the board, or you're on various different committees within the museum. One of the committees is the Prix de West Committee. And the Prix de West Committee, as I said, is made up of 14 of us who are also board members. And as I mentioned in the artist meeting the other night, this is a real committee. It is not a paper committee. This is a committee that truly works all year long, getting ready for the show each year. So as board members, we are faced, and as committee members, we are faced with a challenging task of selecting just a single piece of art out of almost 300 works that are in the show to be added to the museum's permanent collection. And believe it or not, in order to do that, and in order to make the selection, the committee actually begins the process back in May when we start screening all of the work in person to look at all of the art. That starts the process. And then, several days before the show, several days before tonight's show, we meet and we spend, I'm not going to tell you how many hours, but an awful lot of hours, the better part of the day, deliberating and viewing all of the art in person again in order to select the one piece from the show that will become part of the museum's permanent collection. And that piece becomes the Prix de West Purchase Award winner for the given year. And as you might expect, this award is the most highly coveted by our Prix de West artists. And the award is sponsored by Roberta M. Eldridge Miller, and the artist whose work is selected receives the purchase price of the piece as well as a $5,000 cash award. And the Prix de West Purchase Award collection is rich in its diversity of style, its subject matter, and its medium. And it contains works by many of the most celebrated artists of the past 50 years. And because of this, the Prix de West collection forms a cornerstone of the museum's world-renowned Western art holdings. But before I announce this year's Purchase Award winner, let's turn our attention to the screens on either side of me as we recognize the previous Purchase Award winners from the past 49 years. I don't know if magnificent is the right word, but that truly was magnificent. At this time, I invite all of our Prix de West Purchase Award winners who happen to be with us this afternoon to please stand to be recognized. I know Greg Beecham is here. I know Bill Achiff is here. Scott Christensen, Kurt Walters, Steve Kestrel, Gerald Balsiar. Congratulations. As mentioned, each year the selection of the Purchase Award piece is very significant because the artist's work which is selected becomes part of the museum's illustrated story of the American West for generations to come and to be enjoyed by visiting museum attendees in future years. And I'm just flubbing a bit here. Sorry about that. And by visiting the museum's galleries, you can look back through the years to see each of the works that were the most influential to the museum's story of the West at that point in time. And now, with that being said, I'm pleased to announce that the Prix de West Committee has made the selection of the single piece from this year's truly, truly, truly exceptional works of art that we have for the 50th Prix de West show, and for the piece that we feel best complements the museum's expansive collection and also to be appreciated by all of our museum's many visitors for years to come. So, at this time, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the 2022 Prix de West Purchase Award goes to Kyle Polson. I have to tell you something a little funny. With all this craziness going on with COVID, we were a little nervous, I know I was, that Kyle wasn't going to be here. We knew he was in town, and I kept checking without trying to give it away. Is Kyle here? Is Kyle here? And then finally, about 20 minutes ago, somebody said, he's here. So I said, gosh. So I'm glad you made it. Let's go over here.
Of all weekends, my wife, Lee, sorry guys, this is such a big deal. Yeah, she's with my oldest, checking out Colorado State University. So anyway, unfortunately, they're not here to be here to see this, but this is just unbelievably a huge honor, and this, I can't even, I'm sorry, I'm just speechless, but hopefully tonight I have a few words to say. But thank you guys. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you.
And actually, the title of Kyle's piece is Rough Passage. So again, congratulations, Kyle. We're very happy. And on behalf of the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, we are delighted that we will now have your work on display in our permanent collection. And so that you have a little time, I know you were kind of lost for words now, so that you have a little time to gather your thoughts, we're looking forward to hearing your remarks this evening during our awards program. So you and Lee can begin working on those remarks in a few minutes. Before departing, we ask that Kyle and all of the other previous purchase award winners who are with us to please come up on stage once everything is concluded for a photo. And as a reminder, beginning at 1 p.m. this afternoon in the East Hallway, please join us for what is sure to be some very interesting and very informative demonstrations by Scott Burdick, Andy Peters, Scott Talman Powers, Sandy Scott, and Matt Smith. Also, lest we forget, with this being our 50th Prix de West, the main reason we are here is this weekend is for a sale. And this evening, the galleries will open at 5 p.m. and the draw will begin at 6 p.m. in the main hallway and in the galleries. And following the sale, we will move back here to the Sam Noble Special Event Center for a formal dinner that will then be followed by a fantastic awards presentation, and we will then conclude the evening with our very much anticipated live auction that's expanded to 21 pieces for this year, and it's truly, truly an exceptional group of work. So on behalf of the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, thank you for spending the weekend with us. Please take some time this afternoon to visit the galleries so that you can leisurely appreciate the work of these talented Prix de West artists, and most importantly, so that you can decide which pieces of art from the 50th Prix de West show that you want to add to your personal collections. We look forward to seeing all of you again tonight. And in order to do what I just said, make sure you bring your checkbooks with you. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.